why do you have a key to my house? Marcus didn't answer. He just stood there, already inside, like he'd been here before. I'm Daniel. This is my place. Middle of the day. I was supposed to be out, but I came back early. And my best friend was standing in my living room, like he belonged there. The same friend who kept asking me everything. When I left, when I came back, who I was with. I thought it was normal, just checking in. But now I'm staring at him in my house, realizing he didn't need to ask. He already knew. My phone buzzes in my hand. A message from Marcus. Hey, you home right now? I slowly look up at him. He's still holding the spare key, and that's when it hit me. This wasn't the first time he'd been here. Marcus finally shrugs, like I just asked him something small. I was gonna tell you, he says, casual, too casual. My chest tightens. Tell me what? That you let yourself into my house? He doesn't answer that. Instead, he steps past me, drops the key on the kitchen counter like it's nothing, like it's always been his. That's what messes with me the most, how normal he's acting. Marcus and I have known each other for years. Late-night calls, helping each other move, sharing stuff we don't tell anyone else. He's been in this house 100 times, just never like this. Never when I wasn't here. And now I can't stop thinking about the past few weeks. The questions, the timing, the way he'd text right when I got home, even when I didn't tell him I was going out. The way he'd ask, "You alone tonight?" Like it mattered more than anything else. I swallow hard. How long have you had that key? He hesitates. Just for a second. But it's enough, because in that second, everything shifts from confusion to something colder, something real. And then he says quietly, "Long enough." Before we continue with this video, please like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell for updates. Marcus doesn't move after that, just stands there in my kitchen like he's waiting for me to process it, like this is supposed to make sense somehow. My hands are shaking now. I force myself to step closer, eyes locked on him. Long enough for what, Marcus? He exhales through his nose, almost like I'm being dramatic. You're overthinking this, Dan. That makes my stomach drop more than anything else, because that's what he always says when something feels wrong. I glance toward the hallway. Every room in this house suddenly feels different, like they've been seen without me knowing. The air feels used, like someone's been living in the edges of my life when I wasn't looking. I take one step back. Get out! Marcus finally looks at me properly now. Not joking, not casual, just focused. You weren't home, he says. I was waiting outside for almost an hour yesterday. You didn't come back when you said you would. My throat tightens. You were outside my house? He nods once. No hesitation, no shame, just confirmation. I feel something twist inside me as I remember all those times I thought I was alone. Late nights, quick trips, random errands. Times I didn't tell anyone. Times I didn't even post about. And yet, he always seemed to know. My phone buzzes again. Another message from Marcus. Same number, same tone. But he's standing right in front of me. I slowly lift the phone so he can see it. Then explain this, I whisper. His eyes flick down to my screen, and for the first time, I see something change in his expression. Not guilt, not surprise, something closer to panic. And before he can speak, my bedroom door, at the end of the hallway, creaks open on its own. Slowly, like someone just stepped out of it. But I didn't hear anything. My eyes snapped to the hallway instantly.
The bedroom door is open wider now, just a crack, but enough to show darkness inside where it should have been empty. My heart starts pounding so hard I can hear it in my ears. I whisper, barely getting the words out. "Marcus, who is in my room?" He doesn't answer immediately. That hesitation again, that same split-second delay, like he's choosing which version of the truth I'm allowed to hear. "I told you," he says slowly, eyes still fixed on the hallway, "you shouldn't come home early like this." That sentence hits me wrong in every possible way. Like I'm the problem. Like I interrupted something that was already happening in my own house. I take another step back toward the front door, but Marcus shifts slightly, just enough to block the direct path without making it obvious. That's when I notice it. His shoes are already off, like he's comfortable here, like he's been here long enough to settle in. The bedroom door creaks again. A soft movement inside the room, not loud, not violent, deliberate. My voice cracks. "There's someone in there!" Marcus finally looks at me again, and his voice drops lower. "Daniel, just calm down." But that's the worst thing he could have said, because nothing about this is calm. Nothing about my best friend having a key to my house, or knowing my schedule better than me, or standing between me and my own bedroom is normal. I reach for my phone again, thumb shaking as I hover over emergency contacts. And that's when Marcus suddenly speaks, fast, sharper than before. "Don't call anyone." From inside the bedroom, my laptop screen turns on. Even though I left it closed, even though I know for a fact it was powered off, and on it, one single notification appears. Live camera feed. My finger freezes over the phone screen, because that notification on my laptop isn't just sitting there. It's active. The camera feed opens by itself, and I see my living room from above. My exact living room, from an angle I've never installed. My breath catches in my throat. What is that? Marcus doesn't look at the laptop. He's still watching me, like he's watching my reaction, not the situation. "That's why I told you not to come home early," he says quietly. My stomach turns. "What did you do?" A soft sound comes from the bedroom again. Fabric shifting, maybe a step. Someone is definitely in there now, not hiding anymore. My whole body locks up. I force myself to speak. "If someone is in my house, I'm calling the police." Marcus finally moves. Not toward the door, toward me. One step, then another. Slow, controlled, like he knows exactly how close he can get before I react. "Dan," he says, almost tired now, "you don't understand what you're walking into." I back up instantly. My heel hits the couch, trapped between him and whatever is in my bedroom. My eyes flick between Marcus and the hallway. And then, the bedroom door opens fully. No more hesitation, no more slow creaks. It swings wide, like someone finally decided there's no point hiding anymore. But I still can't see who it is. Only movement, and a shadow stepping out, holding something in their hand. Marcus whispers behind me, barely audible. "I told you I was keeping you safe." And that's when the person in my bedroom takes one step into the light. I can't move. My entire body locks up as the shadow steps further into the hallway. And then I see it clearly. It's not a stranger. It's someone I recognize. One of Marcus's coworkers, holding a small black device in his hand, something that looks like a camera unit or receiver. My brain struggles to connect the pieces fast enough. "What is he doing in my house?" I choke out. Marcus finally exhales, like something heavy has been sitting on his chest for a long time. "He's here because you weren't listening to me," he says. That sentence hits harder than anything else tonight because it confirms something I didn't want to believe, This isn't random. This isn't confusion. This is planned. I take a sharp step back. You brought someone into my house while I was gone? The coworker doesn't even look guilty. He just glances at Marcus, waiting for instructions. That's when I notice it. The device in his hand is connected to my laptop feed. My camera system is already live, already running, already watching. My voice shakes. How long has this been set up? Marcus doesn't answer immediately. Instead, he looks at me like I'm finally catching up to a conversation that started long ago. Since you started ignoring the warnings. Warnings? My mind flashes back instantly. The questions, the timing, the way he always knew when I was alone, the way he kept asking about my schedule like it was casual conversation. It wasn't. It was mapping. I step toward the front door, but Marcus shifts again, subtle, blocking without fully blocking. And that's when my phone buzzes again. A new message. Unknown number, but the preview makes my blood run cold. He's not supposed to be home right now. I slowly look up at Marcus, and for the first time tonight, he doesn't meet my eyes. My grip tightens around the phone so hard my fingers hurt. I look from the message back to Marcus. He still isn't meeting my eyes. That silence is worse than anything he said tonight, because it confirms the message wasn't random, it was meant for him. My voice comes out lower now, controlled, but shaking underneath. Who just texted me? Marcus finally exhales, like he's running out of ways to keep this calm. No one you need to worry about, he says. But the coworker in my hallway shifts uncomfortably, like even he knows that answer doesn't hold up anymore. I take another step back toward the door again, this time more carefully, testing space. Marcus notices immediately. Dan, you don't make this harder than it has to be. That line snaps something inside me. Harder? Harder than what? Harder than someone being in my house? Harder than my bedroom being used like a control room? I point toward the hallway. There's a man standing in my house. There's a camera feed of my living room, and you're telling me not to make it harder? Marcus finally looks at me directly, and his expression changes. Not angry, not scared, focused, like a decision has already been made. I've been trying to keep people away from you, he says quietly. My chest tightens. Keep people away from me? He nods once, and then says the line that makes everything tilt. You don't understand who's been watching you before I started. The hallway goes silent. Even the coworker stops moving, and for the first time, I realize Marcus isn't the only one controlling the situation, because from somewhere outside the house, a car engine starts slowly pulling up to the curb.